Hey, it's Mr. Baxter. We're going to take a look at section 3.2 today. This should not take us too long to do. It sort of follows up what we did yesterday with all the angle relationships. So the first thing I want you to do is try the warm-ups and the linear pairs. Remember, linear pairs equal how many degrees? Give you a couple seconds for that. 180 degrees. So that means two angles that add up to equal 180. So hit pause, try the warm-up. I'll provide your answers. So here you go. Just taking a look there, your answers for the top part. So check those out. Okay, let's take a look at these guys. And again, this is what I'm talking about. I think this is a little bit of a review from yesterday. We're just going to now deal with measures. So consecutive interior, just to review, I'm going to go through this a little quickly. Same side, inside, and they equal 180. So the two angles added together equal 180. So if the measure of angle 4 equals 30, then the measure of angle 5 equals what? Well, here's 4. So if 4 equals 30, 4 and 5 are consecutive interior. They have to equal 180. So what plus 30 gives me 180? That'd be 150. Alternate exterior, they are on opposite sides. And that's opposite sides of the transversal. Remember this line right here, N, is your transversal. So opposite sides of the transversal. They are on the outside. And they are congruent. So if the measure of angle 1 equals 110, then angle 7 equals, okay, well here's 1. That's on the outside. The alternate exterior of angle 1 would be angle 7. And since they are alternate exterior, they have the same measure. So that means angle 7 also has to be 110 degrees. These are all degrees, by the way. Alternate interior, they again are opposite sides of the transversal. They're inside. And they are also congruent. So if the measure of angle 3 equals 120 degrees, then angle 5 equals what? Okay, well, here's angle 3. That's on the inside. The alternate interior angle to angle 3 would be angle 5. There it is. Alternate interior, they're the same, so that has to be 120 also. The last one, corresponding, they are on the same side, transversal. You got one out, one in. So one on the outside, one on the inside. And they are also congruent. So if angle 2 equals 60 measure, then measure of angle 6 equals, okay, so here's 2. The corresponding angle to angle 2, this is on the outside, so one has to be on the inside, it has to be on the same side, so it'd be angle 6. And again, they would have to be the same measure, so that has to also be 60 degrees. So again, just to follow up, now we're going to be dealing with some measurements. You got to figure out some angle measurements. So here you go. Determine angle measurements. If measure of angle 3 is 133. So 3 is 133. There is 133. Find the measure of angle 5. Here's angle 5. So we're dealing with 3 and 5. What type of angles are they? They are alternate interior angles. What's true about alternate interior angles? Alternate interior angles are congruent. So that means that the measure of angle 5 also has to equal 133. Next one, 8 is 47. So here is 8, 47. Find the measure of angle 4. So here's 8, the double, and here's 4. So what type of angles are 8 and 4? They are corresponding angles. They are also congruent. So the measure of angle 4 also has to be 47. Again, degrees. Flip it over. Like we did yesterday, you got to cover some stuff up. So measure of angle 1, here is angle 1, 3x plus 40. And the measure of angle 3 is 2x plus 70. And I notice right away that I'm dealing with 1 and 3. There's 1 and 3 right there. Am I even dealing with these guys down here at all? No. Cover them up. 1 and 3 then have to be what type of angles? Good. Corresponding. So corresponding angles are congruent. So So I can take 3x plus 40 and set it equal to 2x plus 70. So 3x plus 40 equals 2x plus 70. So you can go ahead and solve that. The next problem here, we got to bounce around a little bit. So angle 2, here's angle 2. It's 4x plus 7. So I hope you watch this one. And angle 3 is, which I've already used. Now I'm dealing with 5x minus 13. And I'll just circle it. So there's 5x minus 13, 4x plus 7. So they don't really relate to each other, but you can jump from angle to angle. For example, angle 2 and this angle right here, what's true about these two angles? They are congruent because they are corresponding angles. So that means this angle has to be 4x plus 7 also. And then if I relate this angle here and the angle up here, what type of angle? So now I'm totally ignoring this side. What type of angles are these guys? They are alternating, and they're on the outside. So alternating exterior angles and alternating exterior angles are also equal. So I can set these two also equal to each other. 5x minus 13 equals 4x plus 7. And you can solve that. Notice, whatever you get for x, you have to put it back in. So x equals something, whatever that is, got to put it back in to find the measure of angle 3. All right, I'll help you out. Start working.